Hey, welcome back to our last Universe Club episode of Heated Rivalry. Today we are talking about episode 5 and 6. You guys already know that episode 5 is my absolute favorite episode. Episode 6 was beautiful. It kind of wrapped up the series for us. But episode 5, we just have to sit with that for a second. There's so many things that happen and so many important things that happen. So Nico, let's start at the beginning. We kind of open up with the episode of Rose and Shane. It's after that disastrous evening they just had. And Rose is like, so I think we need to talk. We need to put something on the books so then we can talk and kind of get to the bottom of what's going on. And I need to know where you're coming from. And we just need to see if this thing can keep going. And then we get to the restaurant, and that's when she kind of creates a space where Shane can finally admit to not only himself, but also to Rose that this relationship is not working. And it's not working because Shane is gay. And Shane would probably be better suited for maybe her friend Miles. She doesn't know what's going on there. We're all very confused about what's going on with Miles, and she's trying to broach the subject by using Miles, and she's not really sure if there's something there. How did you feel in the moment watching that? Because I boohoo cried. I'm not gonna lie, watching Shane being so like tight and restrained while knowing how much emotion he had to get out was so good. So what'd you think?
Um, it's funny. I think before like that whole part of the conversation was happening, when I
Mm-hmm.
was looking at the two of them, and they were like, cause like when she got out of the bed, I was like, I still kind of don't feel like this relationship is real.
Mm-hmm.
It's something about it that doesn't seem real, and I thought it was
You're
coming.
still talking about that PR stuff.
Yeah, but it's like I guess it was more it not feeling real was coming more from Shane than it was
Mm-hmm.
from Rose, which it's like, yeah, I could have felt that, but at the same point, I wasn't sure if she was that much into him as well. But it seemed like
Mm-hmm.
she definitely did have slight more, not feelings, but just like I guess you could say emotional intelligence about the situation
Mm-hmm.
because she was like, maybe this isn't going the way that I feel like it should be because I don't think that the feelings are there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she hit the I've had other gay boyfriends. I was in
She's like
theaters. Like
8%.
yeah, 80% is crazy though. Like, but no,
You
I definitely liked how she approached the situation.
Mhm. I thought it was really sweet and very kind and very, mm, welcoming, I think is the right word,
Hmm.
because some people, they would be offended by that, especially during this time period, or just finding out that maybe your boyfriend isn't as into you as you thought, and we know that women can be very homophobic, so to see her being supportive, like Barbecue Penguin is saying, she was so supportive, such a great ally and touching that he finally has someone to be real with and honest with himself. Rose and Skip are the reason they finally get it together. Yep,
Yeah,
and I love that.
absolutely.
Because exactly, she's really nice and non-judgmental, and she just created that space that Shane needed, and Shane didn't quite allow other people to have, like, around him, I think, because even we see with his parents, I think his parents would have created that space for him had they known, but he was just
Hmm.
so worried all of the time, and for Rose to be his first eye-opening experience of, "Oh, maybe my loved ones will actually accept me," that was the first moment of Shane finally realizing, "I think I could be myself, and the people that love me will still love me for being me." So I thought
Yeah,
that was really amazing. And now that they finally cut things off and realize they're better as friends, Shane just needed a friend, not a girlfriend in the moment. We get to the All-Star game and he meets up with Ilya again.
because it's like when Ilya was like looking to see if he was already there. I was like,
Mhm.
did they text already that they were supposed to be meeting up at that same bar, or was it just a coincidence?
Spidey senses.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it felt like.
And two, they stalk each other. So imagine if Ilya put on his Insta story or something and Shane watched it. Or
Yeah.
maybe it was just like the hotel bar and it's right upstairs. I don't know.
Because
Team
yeah,
meeting or something.
just like when it cut from what's it called before we keep moving forward when it after the hotel scene with Rose
Mhm.
when Shane was on Twitter. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be their Twitter or whatever. That's what it felt
Something
like.
like it.
Just
Mhm.
scrolling through it, and then it cut straight to the locker room for the Boston Pirates. And then Ilya scrolling through Twitter too, looking at the comments. It's like, okay.
They stalk each other so much, and that's how they keep up with each other.
Oh yeah, nah,
Even
absolutely.
though when they're together, they try to rein in their crazy. When they're apart, they just stalk freely.
Oh,
And
and it's
it
like everybody around them. I'm pretty sure everybody around them knows that they're like stalking each other
yeah.
to a certain extent, and then also talking to their text pen pals too. But they
Mhm.
still don't think that anybody is noticing that they're texting. But
It is funny that they
that's neither
don't
here
put
nor
2 and
there.
2 together, but then again, it's a locker room full of I don't know. Maybe they got their own stuff going on. Are they really that observant? Maybe not.
And it's like they're probably still like seeing, but they just giving the other person their privacy. You know what I mean?
Mhm. But yeah, then we get so they're at the bar and they're talking, and Ilya looks so happy to see Shane, but he's apprehensive because he doesn't know if he's still with Rose. And
Mm-hmm.
apparently, yeah, these men ain't smart. That's basically what I was getting to. Yeah, that's basically. I mean, they're
Yeah,
just
they
men at
probably
the end of
are.
the day.
Wait,
Ugh,
hold on.
jocks.
I feel like I'm
You
being
know,
generalized.
you know your demographic. If the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. Okay, but if
I
it
guess
fits, go ahead and put them on.
it's just
but
I'm a man in the conversation right now. That's why I feel like I'm being generalized.
and
That's
that's
it.
why you should be silenced. Don't make me click to mute the mic. Okay, but anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, Ilya sitting at the bar and he was so excited to see Shane, and he was questioning, trying to in a roundabout way instead of directly asking.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you still at Rose? Did you bring anybody? Da 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 da. And they finally get to Rose is not here. So, what are we about to do? Kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the way that they just kept flirting back and forth, I was like, oh, this is what you've been missing for all of these well, not years. It's only been a couple months. I keep thinking about the time jump. So whenever there's like a time in between stuff, I'm just like, oh, it's years. But this time
And it's just been
it
like
was
a
just
couple months.
months. Thank God. Because imagine if that went on for longer. I couldn't have done it. The whole Shane and Rose thing, even though I love Rose, she's a really good character. I love all the women in the show, but I couldn't imagine that whole relationship being elongated. The only thing I will say is that maybe Shane should have been able to explore with men a little bit more instead of realizing he's gay and then really jumping back with Ilya. Maybe if we had a couple episodes, I could have seen that happening, but I couldn't deal with him and Rose for too long, even though I love her. But let's see. Winchester said, "Hey, Winchester." Something I noticed after talking about the rewatches is did you guys notice a difference between the OG scenes versus the way Shane remembers them when talking to Rose and Shane? I know that they use different clips. I don't know if that's supposed to represent that Shane has a different memory of them or if they were just trying to give us a little extra from the scenes. But if that is a canon thought, I think that's so sweet how romantic all of the scenes were and how he remembers them. Because it just means how much he loves Ilya, I think. Yeah, Barbecue Penguin said, poor baby Shane, he just needs you to spell it out. The way they looked at each other at the bar. Exactly. And then
Like,
how mad and upset they were with Carter when he came in and
oh, which is
interrupted. Just drunk. Like, hello.
no, that's funny.
And he was like, I'm actually trying to talk to my man here. We haven't talked in a while. And the last time we did talk, he walked out on me. I need him to stay. But Shane was cool. He was chill. He knew what he was there for. And he was there to talk to Ilya. Because technically, Shane walked up to him, right? We're always
Mm.
seeing Ilya pursuing. But the fact that in episode 5, it was Shane initiating everything. Yeah, cats and dogs. Like, Carter, please go somewhere. I don't have time for that. Every
No,
time
but it's like
they got
every time they talk about Shane and Ilya, they do act like they're supposed to be like the cat and dog relationship to where like, oh yeah, they're just mortal enemies. Like on some like almost like Tom and Jerry if you really think about it. But then when people
that's how
don't
they
see
act.
Tom and Jerry, they're like the greatest of friends or something.
Where's he at? Why are you expecting me to know about this man? Aren't I supposed to hate him?
They literally, literally.
And then we get them at the beach. Okay, this is what I was telling you last episode that there's something technical that you would notice if I pointed out when they were sitting at the beach. That's actually a screen. They use
Oh, it
screens.
was.
Yes. They
That's
use this big screen. I wish I would have brought up a picture so I could show you. And they basically shoot they shot so many scenes in front of it. All of the car scenes when they were in Russia, they were sitting in that shop, and there was the background, and they just had people outside the shop with like a seating area, you know, like ice cream shop, and they have seating, and then the screen was there of the backdrop of Russia or wherever they were.
Mm-hmm.
Las Vegas, when they were on the balcony, that was a screen. That was just them indoor someplace. Let me think of. There was another
That's fun.
moment. Is there
Oh,
any
so wait,
other
if that was a
moments?
big screen in like in Vegas, I
Mm-hmm.
wonder if because of that they also like did like the distance like blur almost. I
Yeah.
wonder if they didn't do that in post production. That was just like all already on the screen. Like, we're gonna make it like seem like it was far away regardless. So let's just do it right here.
Yeah, it might have been. I don't know how it worked because there's a whole technical video on it that was really cool watching it after the show because you're like, wow, this is a screen. So yeah, that beach scene was a screen. There were so many things because of budgeting
Mm-hmm.
that they were able to fit in the show, and that's why it's amazing. Like I said, I think they spent a lot of the money on the camera equipment, and you can tell. But those screens, let's see what Winchester said. A huge difference from the show to the books is in the books, he does hook up with other people during the decade as well as Ilya. If they kept that, I wonder if it would have added to the story. I think so, because I was even saying that a lot of the show is us seeing their world, their personal world, instead of their public world and their persona. So I feel like if we had the whole picture, the rivalry would have come across better in the show. Because to us, it kind of seems like there was always some type of love there. There was also always some type of connection there, but we
Mm-hmm.
never got to see them performing for the cameras. And I kind of wish we saw that a little bit more because then we would have understood the pressure too. Because we see the pressure a lot with Scott, and we only hear it with Shane and Ilya when they mention, oh, what did so and so think? What are people talking about me? Especially when Ilya's dad died, he's like, so what are people saying? So that's when we see the public perception come in, but we don't necessarily see that um, always. Let me see. Adrian was saying something about Survivor. I need to start watching the season. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I had to stop watching Survivor for this, but I'm gonna say yes. These two final episodes are everything. Um, you could go back and watch Survivor. I hear that Siri, they're trying to get my girl out, so you can go back and watch it if you need to. But I definitely need to watch this episode. Let me see what else. The show would have been less than seeing Shane and Ilya with other men. We got to the point with Shane having disastrous sex with Rose. I get that. If we would have had it maybe earlier, I think, in the point, because they were already farther into their relationship, like if we had it before episode 4, I think it would have made sense. But having it after episode 4, I don't know. I even said that during my rewatch. I was like, I'm not sure. But did you have any thoughts about the bar scene or anything, Nico?
Uh,
Or the beach now that we've moved there?
cause even one thing I did notice though was so when they were in like the pool or whatever, and Ilya was like I guess having the race with like the kids.
Mhm.
I guess that was the kid scene y'all was talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
When I
yeah.
wasn't paying attention and I didn't hear the little girl talk, I thought that was just like other players or their families or whatever. I didn't know who it was. I wasn't really paying attention like that. Once I
Oh.
heard her, I was like, wait, why is he trying to give candy bars to grown men? Why aren't they betting something different? I didn't know.
What?
Look, I don't know. I was like, oh, this is the scene that they're talking about. That is cute.
Yes, with the kids and how he'd be a really good dad because
Yeah.
he'd give his children the childhood that he didn't have. So, yes, we're at the beach, and then when Shane was like, "Me and Rose aren't compatible," I didn't realize that Ilya wasn't quite sure the meaning of the word compatible, but I love
Mm.
how they brought it back around at the beach, and Ilya was like, "So I looked up the word compatible, and you're basically not with her anymore, right?" And that's when he started scooching his hand closer, and they started, like, touching in the sand and everything. So I liked that, even though Ilya didn't understand in the moment, he still got clarification because it shows how much they've grown.
Yeah.
Finally, instead of having miscommunication, I feel like this episode was so good in communication because they needed it. And if we didn't get it, I would have been upset. But the fact that after all of these years and miscommunication, they finally got it together. And I don't know, it's finally because their frontal lobe developed and they're 25, 26 now, or what it is. I don't know. But I'm just glad it happened. But yes, Adrian, the hole in the peg scene was a really good scene. Honestly, all of the touching moments were great this episode.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then when what's his name? When Shane said he got a stylist,
That
I
was
don't.
cute.
That was funny. I don't know why my I was I hearkened it back for some reason to the internet saying that Carsonet got a stylist. He had
Oh.
a yeah, bro. I don't know why. I was just like, that does make sense. Like the moment you get a bigger like figure, I guess you could say, like
Uh-huh.
people know more about you. It's like I guess it is time to start dressing up a little bit more, showing
Mm-hmm.
some more professionalism and even I guess more personality to yourself. But hey, but
It
nah,
was
this
cute.
yeah, the scene with them rubbing thumbs at the beach was cute though.
Oh, you're reading a comment. Yeah.
Hmm.
They were, when Chester was saying, the way they were soft with each other just outdid all the tension filled that they had with each other, at least for me. I agree because we saw all like the tension in the first two episodes. That was enough for me. And then we came back with episode 4. We were getting somewhere, but then we had to stop because it was just too much. But episode 5 and 6, we finally see them being soft with each other. And I really appreciate that because, again, the emotional maturity and the growth. That's what we need from characters. And I'm glad that we got it because if we didn't, then it's like, why are we wasting more time? It's already been 10 years. Y'all can't keep
Yeah,
doing this. It's been a decade. If you
yeah.
can't get it together now, separate and let my brain rest. That's pretty much how I felt about it. So Shane is being very flirty, and then he's like, "So what's your room number?" And we finally see Shane being very forward. They get to the room though, and Ilya thought like things were about to go down, but Shane
Oh
said,
yeah.
"Come sit. It's time to talk. I
It's
have
time
some
to have
things
this
to say."
conversation.
And
Eh,
even though, did you want to talk about it?
I don't know, cause it's like it was finally the needed conversation that they should have been having,
Mm-hmm.
which maybe it wasn't the right time for either one of them to do it before, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
at least they finally did it and like got their feelings and everything that they needed to out on the table more than what they have already. And
Yes.
then the oh man, I do kind of wish that I don't know. I guess for me, I wish that he would have took Alexi's phone call a little bit sooner because Alexi at that point had been calling him for like a day straight almost.
Mm-hmm.
It was like maybe he could have got home sooner and at least saw his dad one final time, maybe because I don't know what ended up
When he
happening.
died,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
If
But
that
at
first
least,
phone call in the hotel room, if he was still alive, and maybe Ilya could have made it.
yeah. That's one thing I was thinking about, and I was like, maybe he should have, but
Well, it
that's the
was
only thing.
Alexi.
Yeah, exactly. And
Alexi has no goodwill at all.
I
If it was really important, he should have texted him and be like, "It's about dad," instead of just kept calling and calling and calling. So even then, Alexi didn't even make it to where Ilya could have, because
mm,
before then he'd only call about money. So it's like, why I'm
and
about to pick this up when I'm about to reconcile with my man who I haven't talked to in about 5 months now, or however long it's been. I just be making up months at this point.
but it's
I
like
don't know how long
even
it's been.
it's like even then though, when he actually had him in his face, that's still one of the only things he was talking about was money.
Hmm.
Uh,
We'll get to the funeral. I'm just gonna say, I wish Ilya would have punched him a little bit more. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, he deserved it. But yeah, so they're sitting down, they're talking. Shane tells Ilya, and even though Ilya is being very defensive in the moment, I understand where it's coming from. It's a defensive mechanism. He is not that good at being vulnerable and emotional, but the last time he was vulnerable and emotional, Shane walked out.
yeah.
So it's like he's protecting himself. So Shane, when Shane says, "I think I'm gay," he laughs in his face. Don't like it, don't love it, but I get where he's coming from. But then again, you've been asking him and been talking about women, always talking about Svetlana this, Svetlana that. I hook up with women. Do you like women? Shane's finally answering your question from that moment, and you laugh in his face.
Well, I feel like it was less. I don't know because I don't know if what's his name if Ilya himself like classifies himself as being like bi You know what I mean? Which he probably does, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just more like one of those like, yeah, you're having sex with a man, you're gay, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I'm not sure if
If
he
he's put
really
a
under
label on it.
exactly if he's labeled
Yeah.
himself. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
even then, in that situation, I don't think he really, he didn't really understand what Shane meant when he's like, nah, I think I'm
Yeah.
gay. Like, I think I exclusively like men,
Mm-hmm.
and not just exclusively men, but just one man. Like
Hello.
that,
One is monumentous, right? And then another, you're admitting that you just love this man, okay?
yeah, exactly.
Like you said, I don't think that Ilya has ever put a label on it. It's just been who he is. So the fact that Shane is putting a label on it, I don't think he
Mm.
realized how big of a moment it is for Shane. And I don't know if Ilya has ever had to come out. So for there was like a what's the word I'm looking, not miscommunication, but like a I'm looking for a specific word, but I can't think of it. But just Ilya wasn't understanding in that moment why it was such a big
Could have
deal.
been like a misinterpretation. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, something like that. Or even a cultural, I don't know, culture difference, whatever. You know what I'm trying to
Probably.
say. Something like that. So, yeah, then
Is Ilya sexual?
that's a Tumblr word that I haven't seen in a while. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Shane's like, stop laughing at me. This is not funny. I'm glad that he stood up for himself in the moment, because if not, he could have gotten upset and we wouldn't have gotten to Ilya explaining why he's so hesitant with everything and being vulnerable and telling us that his father and brother is the police and I can't be doing any of this.
Yeah.
So, if I want to go back to Russia, this is kind of all it can be. And we also see how insecure Ilya is. This is the first moment where we kind of see the impact of how his father has been treating him, because he doesn't believe that he's worth any, what am I trying to say? He's not worth it for somebody to love. So we see then that Ilya is finally showing us a little bit more than we've seen, because he always makes everything sexual. And this moment, he finally didn't. And I'm very proud of him, actually, because he
Mm-hmm.
could have, but he didn't. Let me see what Winchester was saying. She's like, yeah, as much as I really do like Ilya, it made me so happy Shane took the lead, because I just know that took a lot of strength, especially with him living in a life where everyone speaks for him. Now, that's some good analysis right there. Mm-hmm. What did Book say? It's wild that the scene of Shane coming out to Ilya is the first scene they shot. Is
Wait,
it?
actually?
I
Hmm.
thought the first scene that they shot was. Oh, I don't know what I thought the first scene. Maybe the first sex scene they shot was Vegas. Maybe that's what it was. But I didn't know that this was the first scene that they shot.
I wonder why movies and shows do that. Like, either start with one of the last episodes. It feels like they
Mm-hmm.
start in like roundabout ways. I wonder why they do that.
For them, I know it was budget and scheduling to get these locations, because a lot of the apartments or homes that we see, people actually live there, so they basically had to
Oh.
schedule it to where they can film. So yeah, for
Oh,
them,
okay.
it was definitely scheduling in that budget.
Oh, so they didn't even have to like furnish those homes. They were trying to like scope out already furnished. Okay, that makes
Pretty
sense.
much. Let me see. Darfalina said Shane taking the lead and forcing the conversation to happen first is my favorite way. He finally takes control in the episode. Yes, it's definitely my favorite too. I remember in my initial reaction, I kept saying, like, Shane, I'm so proud of you. Just keep going. Even if Ilya doesn't understand what you're saying right now, he's going to appreciate it. And you're going to appreciate yourself for saying all of this. So just keep going. Because if he keeps laughing at you, at least you will have said this and been at peace.
Mm.
Let me see. VX said, I agree that he was thinking gay as in like, I like men, not exclusively. Like, imagine telling the guy you hooked up with for years that you're gay.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was lost in translation or something. That's what I'll give Ilya. Lost in translation. Dar also said Ilya was trying to get Shane to label his sexuality to episode 4. Thank you. But Shane was faking like he loved women. Exactly. That's why I don't know why Ilya laughed. It's like, you just asked me, hey, buddy, I'm bisexual. Are you bisexual? Are you gay? Like,
Yeah.
what are you? Oh,
But
sorry.
then it's like probably at the
Like, what are we
same
doing?
point though. he probably laughed because it's like, yeah, we have been together and everything, but what about that thing with you and Rose?
That too. He
Like
gets so upset when Rose is brought up, just like Shane gets so upset when Svetlana is brought up. I'm like, oh my god, you guys are
bro,
rage baiting each other. Please stop.
Shane gets mad when just anybody else is brought up. Like
Other
I don't
than
want to
him.
hear you being with other people. Like
Yeah.
what do you mean? But yeah,
That's why also wouldn't have made sense for us to see Shane be with anybody else after that point. Like once you start getting jealous of each other, then okay, we shouldn't see you with any other man. It should have been before that, but since it wasn't, it's still kind of romantic. You get what I'm saying? But I would have liked to see Shane explore a little bit more outside of Ilya, since Ilya was already doing it.
yeah.
Um, Winchester said that this show put their psych degree to work. Yes. For me, it's watching Love Island. I don't have a degree. Just put myself in there like I have a degree. But yeah, for me, Love Island. You get to really see Love Island and Big Brother, Survivor, competition shows or romance shows, dating shows. You really get to see psychology, and it's really cool putting that with scripted shows.
I haven't watched Big Brother. Has Big Brother been good recently?
No,
Because I haven't watched it
no,
in so
absolutely
long.
not. Nope, 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 nope. I don't know why. I give it a chance, and as soon as I don't really connect with any of the players or they're not playing that well, I drop it. So
Ah,
it's very rare to get a good Big Brother season. So,
okay.
Sugar Dares was saying blocking and shooting blocking, shooting, and scheduling is why it's shot out of order. All the hockey was filmed last. For Skip, the first scene they shot was at the art gallery. That's kind of funny. The scene where it all went downhill is the first scene that they shot.
Seeing where he ran off.
hmm Lisa was asking about my Bridgerton episodes. It should be dropping tomorrow. I was just really busy last week and very tired of editing and watching me talk about Bridgerton for hours on end, so I need to take a little break. Hopefully, I get it up tomorrow. But don't hold me to it, please. Please. But it should be out before Friday. Sometimes you get just tired of editing the same stuff.
Oh no, I feel you.
Adrian said, also shout out to Connor's acting in that moment when the tear was running down his face. But we'll get to the phone call in a minute. Yeah. I loved that just whole scene. Genuinely, I love episode 5 completely. I don't know what my favorite scene is, but just the emotions of that moment. I loved it so much. Let's see. Books was telling us that Jacob said the director that the moment, okay, in episode 5 was first that everyone was saying, plus the Vegas scene. Let's see. So do you have anything else about their talk in the room? When Ilya finally opened up, saying that he won't be able to go home again, and Ilya cried, and Shane comforted him. That was really sweet.
Exactly. I like that moment a lot because it was like they're finally having like some type of vulnerability with one another. Like especially like in the same setting, because before it was like one person having some type of vulnerability and it felt like it wasn't taken as serious, or they were giving mixed signals, so they're not sure where either one of them was going. But it seemed
Even
like
though,
they both were
go ahead, because I think I was
on
about to
the
say the same
same
thing.
wavelength.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. Even though they were always in love with each other, this was finally when they realized, hey, let's get on the same page. Because we haven't been. So it's just a culmination of all types of feelings, and that's why it's probably my favorite episode. What else was I was about to say something? Oh, I even wrote here in my notes that it's a clean slate, like a do-over, and that's why excuse me, they say each other's names when Shane's walking out. And they're like, "Bye, Shane. Bye, Ilya," because it's a do-over from that moment that they royally messed up at Ilya's house. So we get to the game, and Ilya's dad dies. And like you're saying, he was ignoring Alexei. So maybe there could have been a moment where Ilya was able to say goodbye to his dad. But there's also like, he has a love-hate relationship with his father. So I don't know if he would have gotten that closure anyway. So that's interesting to think about. Like if he would have picked up the phone sooner and talked to Alexei, he might have been able to see his dad and say goodbye. But they don't have a good relationship. And maybe it's easier for him to contend with it by remembering his dad, how he was the last time he saw him. I don't really know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Because like I don't mean to keep like jumping around and everything, but
No,
it's
it's
like
fun.
when when Shane told him to just like let all his feelings out in Russian,
Oh, that
even
was
though
so good.
he won't understand it.
That
Like
was good. Go ahead and talk about that. We can skip straight there.
okay,
Because if not, the only other part we'd be talking about is Ilya calling and being like, "Yeah, my dad died," but also take off your clothes and put your glasses back on. So yeah, we can go ahead and
and
skip
then
that
the scene
part.
after that one was when they were at that like dinner, like the wake type dinner.
Yeah.
I guess that's what you would call it.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
And when I
yeah.
said that Ilya should have beat
Mm-hmm.
Alexei's ass a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit more
no,
because he
absolutely.
called Svetlana a whore. Who are you talking to? And then you had the nerve to ask me for money at our father's wake.
Yeah, because I still don't understand Alexei trying to hit the you abandoned the family. Brother man, I'm paying for your livelihood.
I am the
My
family.
my niece doesn't eat without me. You don't get your
Exactly.
coke without me. Your wife doesn't do whatever she's doing without me.
Exactly.
like like I'm not abandoning anybody. I'm helping y'all live because if I didn't leave the country, what would
Hmm.
all of us be doing? Like
I'm
what
so glad. I'm so glad he told them, "You'll never hear from me again. You'll never speak to me again. But I will give your daughter a trust when she turns 18, not a moment sooner. So when she's away from you, she can have some money. But you, this
mm-hmm.
is it. You're cut off." I'm so happy he said that because he needed to get those emotions out first of all, because his brother has been using him this whole time with no thank you. Just a little bit of thank you. Like when you have an athlete in the family, they kind of put the whole family on and that's an expectation and like take care of the
Mm-hmm.
family. Just a little bit of a thank you would have been appreciated. But Lexi couldn't even do that. He just called them slurs and was like, "Give me some money. I need you to take care of my wife and my daughter." Like, I don't have that. Leave me alone. And then
Yeah.
the moment with Jane before we get to the phone call, moment with Svetlana about Jane. And
Oh
Svetlana was
yeah, yeah.
like, "I love you. You know I love you." And Ilya was like, "Yeah, I don't deserve you." But of course you do. You deserve me. We're good friends to each other. We're actually good with each other. If there's one person in the show that Ilya has a great relationship with, it's Svetlana.
Oh
And I
yeah,
love to see
absolutely.
that he has someone in his corner since he doesn't with his family. And she's like, "I love you, but I know you don't love me the same way that you love Jane." And what did he say? I know you guys said uh
Oh,
here it is. Adrian said it for us.
exactly.
"I hope Jay knows how lucky he is. Another ally, Queen Svetlana.
And
Love
it's like
her."
I feel like at that same moment, Ilya was probably like, "How do you know Jane is a man?"
But it's
But
like
it's like she knows you.
obvious. Yeah.
It's like she knows you.
Hmm.
But I definitely am happy with like how honestly when it comes down to like people supporting their like gay friends in the show,
Hmm.
I'm happy with how everybody's being characterized.
Hmm.
And then all everybody except for Scott, right?
Hmm.
Everybody had like a woman in their life that they could talk to,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was actually pretty nice that they had somebody of the opposite gender to feel safe with talking to.
Hmm.
But then
I
that's
agree.
it was good because I also noticed I was like, man, all of them really had like somebody who genuinely like
Hmm.
loved and
Loved
cared
him.
about them. Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Darthelina was saying, assuming that Alexei would have been calling to give Ilya a chance to say goodbye is giving him a lot of grace.
Look,
Yeah.
that's all I'm hoping for at least. That is that is all I'm hoping for.
Adrian said, "Get another job if the police job ain't paying." Exactly. And when he said police, I had never seen Alexei work a day in my life. So I don't even know if
Yeah,
he actually is a police officer. I don't know
but
what they were saying in that moment, but if that his job, a government job at that, he should be paid okay.
yeah, but then it's like even then he was like, I've been taking care of dad for 5 months, and where have you been?
5 months and he's had dementia since 2014, since the Olympics. Sochi Olympics was 2014. It's now 2017. You want to talk about taking care of dad for 5 months? Right. Okay.
Like,
Winchester said, "I just know his wife and kids are done with him." They are. I don't even know if they like him. We barely saw him interact with his daughter. He was too busy staring across at Ilya, talk like ESPN, "Give me some money."
yeah,
We're at her
and then
dad's wake.
it's like after the punch, and then when Ilya was basically telling him what the terms and conditions are for the rest of your life, you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
get my apartment, My niece is gonna get this trust. You're not gonna talk to me ever again, and if you do, I'm going to use all my money and fame to make sure you never want to talk to me again. Because somebody in these streets is gonna crack your head open. It's like at that point, it felt like Alexi finally understood. Like, oh damn, I just lost my dad,
Yeah.
and now I'm losing my brother too because I don't know how to control myself.
When you could tell that all Ilya wanted from his dad and his brother was their love. That's it. Not even their praise for being a good hockey player. He just wanted their love.
Yep.
That's all. Darfalina was saying that Alexei was in denial. No, Paulina was in hell. Is that his wife's name? She never looked happy.
Bro, but it's like, what was the dad? Didn't the dad have a second wife or whatever? Like that just never popped up. Wasn't
Yeah,
her
we
name?
never saw her. Probably for budgeting reasons. I don't know. Was it Pauline? I don't know. Yeah,
I think Paulina was the dad's wife that just never popped up ever to take care of him.
I love how we don't know.
The one that was in Moscow. Like, where's she at? Oh, Moscow. Okay, I guess makes sense. Nobody's around to help you, sir.
No, Barbecue Ping was agreeing with you how they love the women, clock the men, but the men around because the men around them are clueless. Yeah. I said in my initial reaction that all the women did a lot of emotional heavy lifting, but what I like is that the men took the advice. Because instead of it falling on deaf ears, they actually listened and applied. So I'm not too mad at that.
Yeah, it wasn't that much toxic masculinity going on, and I'm kind of sad about that.
Okay, moving on. At least laugh after that. It's a joke. Everybody.
That's why I looked down. I wanted to see what your
it's like
reaction was.
you already brought up Not. Let's just let the people know that you don't actually watch him.
Because the fashion stylist.
Yeah, you were into Paris Fashion Week and Milan Fashion Week, honey. You don't watch streamers, so let's get that out there. Winchester said, I absolutely love how they changed Svetlana in the show because originally she was just a hookup buddy for Ilya and somewhat a friend. Once again, showing Jacob and the writers are geniuses. Yeah, they said that she didn't have too much of a big role. Even Yuna wasn't in the books too much. So it's cool to see them expand their lives a lot and the people around them. So I think that was really cool. There was one point I wanted to bring up that we skipped. Oh, the All-Star game. Because I was thinking at the cottage when the dad brought up the All-Star game, we didn't talk about that. So when they were like on the ice and they were looking at each other and passing the puck back and forth, like a little rom-com moment. I don't know what they were doing. And then Ilya kissed him.
After the score. Yeah. And then what's it called when they were after the the All-Star game when they finally like played each other before he took the call and heard that his dad died.
Yeah.
Well, wait, was that then? No, that's later on in the episode.
Hold on, let me see.
That's later on. That's later on. I'm gonna stop talking now.
No, when I was watching it, I was like, even when I was rewatching it, I thought I skipped around too much, and I thought when Ilya's dad died, that was a shame. That was a scene where Shane got hurt, but no, it's like way down.
No. Exactly. Yeah. That was like close to the end of
it. So that I think now we're at when Ilya was talking in Russian, and that's what you wanted to expand on. So what were you gonna say?
Okay, so I was gonna say with that one, he was basically telling them how he like feels some type of regret to where he couldn't like talk to his dad, like, you know what I mean? He wanted to have like an actual conversation with his dad. He wanted his dad to know who he was. And then he also said that Alexei like always hated him. And for some reason it seemed like he was indicating like Alexei hates him for some reason because of what happened with their mom.
I also think because of his sexuality too. I don't know if it has to do with their mom. That would be interesting, and I'd like to see if they expand on that maybe in season 2.
That's what I was gonna try and ask to see if anybody knew about that, because what I was getting from it in the beginning was more like maybe because I didn't know at what age Ilya was when their mom died. So I was like, maybe she died during childbirth, and that's why he's mad because he's blaming them for that.
That'd be a good guess, yeah.
Come to find out in the next episode, he was 12 years old when it happened. So then I was even more confused because I'm like, if what I'm getting him like referring to and inferencing is that Alexei hates him because of that, why are you mad at your brother because he found her? Like he couldn't do anything at that age. Like what did you want from him?
So
So I
that's
was
why
even more
I'm not
confused.
sure if it's his mom or it's mainly his sexuality. He could just be
Yeah, who
violently
knows?
homophobic since he's always calling him some type of slur whenever they talk. So I think it might just be that.
And then imagine he's saying that and he doesn't even know
That too. But I
because
do think he knows.
yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Even his dad might know too. I don't know. Hopefully not. Actually, I don't think he does. Because if he did, his dad would probably say something. And since Alexei keeps calling him slurs, I think that he knows. So yeah. Well, even if that's not canon, we'll make it canon for now, so then it makes sense to us. But yeah, he was doing his monologue and saying what else?
In the book, it just says Ilya speaks Russian.
Wait, what, Winchester? So they also wrote up that speech because in the book, for real, it just says Ilya speaks Russian. So them making the moment when Ilya confesses was amazing.
Bro, that
Do I
makes me
really need to read these books?
that
I've been
makes me
trying
mad.
not to. Wow. Wow. That was one of the most pivotal scenes out of the entire series, and for it to be inserted instead of snatched from the pages, wow.
No, that makes me mad because like you know when you like watch Star Wars or something and you have the closed captioning on and it'll
Mhm.
be like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
So what's the
yeah.
person of this alien race gonna say? And it just
Mhm.
says
Speaking
speaking.
an alien.
Yeah, like
Or on Netflix, I don't know why it's specifically Netflix when you're watching a show and they switch from English to another language, it just says speaking just like Spanish, Korean.
exactly. Like if you don't give
Could
me
you
what
tell me? Unless
oh,
we, as the viewer, are not supposed to know what they're saying because the character doesn't know or they don't speak the language, then I understand. But if we're having a long conversation and it's important to the plot, let me know what they're saying.
it
So
is
the
like
fact
that's
that this
disgusting.
was written for the show, wow. And that's one of the best moments. And one thing that I remember is how to say more in Russian, which is bullshit, 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 bullshit. Because he said it
Yeah.
like 1,000 times. More, Ilya. I need more, more, more. I love that moment because it just goes to show how much they used him. And we
Mm.
got it from the beginning because we saw Ilya always calling for money. But just the fact that everybody uses him, it was cool to see that in that moment. Adrian was telling us that the fact that it's also amazing that Connor had to learn Russian for a few days right before filming, not knowing if he's going to get booked, makes that scene so amazing. His languages, just in general, because languages don't compute in my mind. So when people are able to learn them, I'm just like, wow. And then deliver with the nuances that he does. Because my favorite is when he's in that locker room and he's about to go win the cup. And he's like, I want to win. And the way that he was able to pick up on how to say certain words, even though he's obviously not Russian, I thought that was really cool and a testament to how good he is at his craft and learning languages. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, because it's like I don't know. Since I don't interact that much with like Russian people, you know what I mean? But it's like
Mhm.
he makes it real convincing. Like
Yeah.
exactly. So that's why I was like when I found out that he was like born in Colorado or wherever he was born in,
Mhm.
just a normal United States man. I was just very confused,
Yeah.
highly confused.
When I learned it too, you should hear both of them speak in interviews. You'll be like, who are these people?
I might
Who is
have to.
this? You actually need to. It'd be hilarious to do it on live, but I don't know what they say and if the interviews are copyrighted. So
Ah, yeah, yeah.
it may not be a good idea to show you. But when I tell you, you won't understand who these people are because Hudson, who plays Shane, is so different than Shane. He's not reserved at all. That man is actually pretty crazy. He says anything that comes to mind.
That's
And
funny.
then Ilya, obviously Connor doesn't have the accent, so to hear his real voice is really funny. Winchester was saying, "Girl, yes, the books are good, but you could tell that the show helped Rachel fix some of the choices she made, and she could have changed." I know a lot of people were saying that the show, even though it doesn't address it overtly, touched more on Shane being Asian. So I like that. If that's a difference from the books to the show, and I hope that they address that a little bit more in season 2 because I think that's important. Even though Shane may just want to be known for hockey, right? There's still a world of people around him perceiving him a certain way. So I'd like for that to be addressed. And I think it would be really cool if they did. Let me see. I think they were just telling us that we must read the books.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
When Trish was saying, I would say to wait to read the first book until after season 2 because season 1 doesn't cover all of season 1. Thank you. I'm gonna wait. I'm actually gonna wait because there were so many moments where people are like, "Oh, you should read it for the book," but I really want the show to tell me the story before I start confusing it with the book. Because a lot of times, I usually either like the book or the adaptation more, and since I love this show, I don't want to get it confused with the book.
Okay, that
So
makes
yeah.
sense.
Barbecue penguin. Guess he's also an Aquarius. Am I coming out as an Aquarius? Yes, I am an Aquarius. My birthday was a month ago at this point. But yeah, Hudson is also an Aquarius. And Connor's a Pisces, just in case anybody was wondering. Adrian was saying that it might be okay to read Heated Rivalry before a season comes out. I think I'm gonna wait actually. I'm excited to see them fully adapt. Oh, a certain scene. So yeah. Let's see, where are we at? We are at him and his monologue in Russian, aren't we? Do we have any more thoughts about that? I just thought it was so sweet. And then when he said he was basically saying I love you in Russian and it pains me how much I always want you and everything.
Yeah.
And he's not able to express it. I just thought that was amazing. And I also think it's amazing how Shane, even though Shane didn't know what he was gonna say, he just knew that in that moment he needed to say it in his mother tongue.
Exactly. So then he wouldn't have to worry about like anything getting lost in translation. It was just his real words. He didn't have to think about it. Just could have said it naturally.
Yeah.
And then it's like also at the same point, I wonder in my head I was wondering, I was like, I wonder if Shane at least learned a couple things and heard him say I love you.
You just read my mind. You just
what,
read my mind. I was like, in the 10 years that they've known each other, you're telling me Shane did not pick up a Russian book. He didn't I don't even know what the equivalent. No, Rosetta Stone. I was about to say Duolingo, but I was like, I don't know when
Oh yeah, it
Duolingo
would have
came
been
out.
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone, Miss Rosetta wasn't at the scene. I just know Shane would have done that, okay? But it's cute that he's gonna teach him in the future. But I'm just saying, Shane would have known a couple phrases.
Yeah.
But it was cute because that's the first time that Shane heard Ilya say "I love you" in Russian during that moment, and then in episode 6 we hear it again, and it's a callback for us. Maybe not Shane because I don't think he realized what he said, but for us, we knew. Oh my god, he just told him that he loved him. So I thought that was really cool for the audience, at least. Let's see, was that it for the Russian monologue? What's next after that? I'm looking at my phone and my notes.
I think after the Russian,
so they're at the
after the
game
monologue
together.
was the game, and then that's when they were both like being like the center, like trying to get the puck and everything.
They were playing footsies with the hockey stick.
Oh, I said they were sword fighting. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That was pretty much the metaphor for it. Because they were so happy and just staring at each other lovingly in each other's eyes. I'm just like, okay, you two, get a room. And then, oh gosh.
Bro, you should have seen. Why did he turn around?
I have no clue. You should have seen my first reaction to this. I wish I could play it, but I don't think my computer can handle all of that. I started sobbing. You would have thought I thought Shane died. I have no idea why I reacted that way. I was like, oh my god, Shane.
Oh, no, you heard the saxophone. That's what it was.
It was getting loud. As soon as he turned his head, I said, what are you doing, Shane? Why are you looking back? Even as a non-sports player, I knew that was wrong. That was when he messed up. Because why are you turning around and looking at him? You think this is an all-star game? What are you doing? Bro. God. So yeah, when he got hit, I was like, oh my god, Ilya's gonna think it's his fault. Because he was staring at Ilya and they were having a moment, and then Ilya's eyes got real wide. And I was like, oh no, Ilya's gonna think it's his fault. What's about to happen? You would have thought that Shane just collapsed on that ice and fell dead the way that I was reacting. But
yeah. And then just like the other guy that hit him, like he felt bad too. And it's like
it was Marlo, which is Ilya's best friend. I did not realize it was Marlo.
Yeah. But it's like at the same
on my
point,
first watch.
I was like at the same point, he shouldn't it's not that much of his fault either, because it's not like he knew Shane was just gonna not pay
Look
attention.
back. One of
Like,
the best players in the league. He probably did not expect that from Shane. So yeah, I get it. And also, why are you going that hard 30 seconds into the match?
hey, look.
It was 30 seconds, Marlo. Why are you trying to cut this man's neck off? Everyone just needed to pay attention and cool down for a second. It was too much for 30
Yeah, like
seconds.
you're trying to get into the playoffs. You got to keep your eye on the puck.
I don't even know.
No.
Let me see. They were saying that Ilya's first public crash out. I thought he would have actually done more, but Ilya kind of just stopped and froze. He was really, really worried. I would have thought he was chirping, he was talking a little bit. He wasn't even chirping. He was actually really upset and worried. Oh, Barbecue Penguin was saying in the book, they're not sure if this is true or not, but Shane didn't get hurt by looking away. I think he got tripped. Can we confirm or deny? Because if then that would actually make me feel a little bit better that Shane wasn't doing what he shouldn't have been on the ice. Because it doesn't make sense that he was looking away. When has Shane ever done that? I know he was just a man in love, but why are you turning your head like that?
No, they were just like so in love at that point. I guess he couldn't control himself.
He could not. When Trisha said also Hayden's first public crash out because they hurt his firstborn. Let me see. Sugar Dares is telling us, I've seen the accident referred to as a prime example of hockey done wrong on the show. Like that was a massive mistake for a player. It looked like it.
Yeah, because like I don't even see like nobody in any type of sport in history would just be looking behind themselves like that, not paying attention to what's in front of them. You know what
It
I
was
mean?
a very movie magic moment. Not realistic, just movie magic.
Yeah.
Let me see. And then we see.
Oh, when he was getting, it was funny though
Wheeled
when he was getting
away.
like, yes, I was gonna say stretched away. I don't know how you would call it,
You're probably
but
reading the word stretcher because of Adrian's comment.
yeah, but
Yeah,
what
he
would
was
they
getting
call
wheeled
it?
away on the stretcher.
Yeah, I guess. But
Yeah.
when he was like, call my parents. Yeah,
Mhm.
the coach is on the phone with him right now.
No, call him.
And then he
Who's
was like,
him?
he was like, Ilya's gonna worry. He was like, huh? What did you say?
Uh-huh. I was
He's
like, you
gonna think
clearly heard Ilya.
he's gonna think it's his fault. Coach is on the phone with your dad right now. It's not his fault or whatever he
Yeah.
was like, bro.
No, Ilya. Adrian was saying that in the book, Shane on the Stretcher basically told Ilya they can see us or something like that to him. Oh, so he was a little bit more conscious in the books. So they changed it around because Penguin was saying, especially not Golden Boy Shane Hollander. Yeah, it was a dramatic moment. Yeah, Darflina was saying it was Jacob's doing, the director and writer of the show.
I guess it's to
Which,
show a little bit more drama.
yeah,
Drama to it.
it was to show that Shane was in love and happy, and that even the prodigy can mess up. Yeah, it's true. We're just human at the end of the day. Shane just wanted a last little look at his man because they're finally on the same page. I get it. It's like the look back, but you're just in hockey and there's death knives attached to people's feet and you just get distracted, right? Just like I do not understand why they're allowed to fight in hockey. The most dangerous sport, and that's the most aggressive. And they fight like they're in like they're boxing. I think that's really weird. I don't think that they should be able to fight in hockey. Do you watch hockey at all?
Nah.
I
Like,
think that's
I
weird.
don't know. It's like hockey and baseball are like two things I really can't get into like that. Even
I
though
agree.
I am semi watching the World Baseball Classic that's going on right now, just because that's actually kind of fun. But regular season, no. Baseball has way too many games, and then I don't even know how many games is in the hockey regular season. I actually was
Is
wondering that.
what's going on with baseball right now when the
It's the
countries are playing
yes, the
against each other?
World Baseball Classic.
Okay, you did say worlds, yeah. Because I just saw something about it and I thought, oh, maybe it's that.
Yeah, because I got what I think right now the Dominican Republic and Venezuela are playing.
Yeah, I saw that the Dominican Republic won against another country, and everyone was very excited. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, let me like and
Yep.
retweet this because this is good." I was like, "Let me
Exactly.
add to the ratio." So I
Exactly.
was like, "Oh, is that what it is?" Yeah, the country that shall not be named. Moving on.
The Voldemort of countries.
Exactly. Um, Barbecue saying, Pingo was saying, oh, I think that was something else that they were talking about. So yeah, we're now in the hospital and Shane is on drugs and Shane is like, Ilya, Ilya. So now that is how Hudson acts in real life, the actor.
Oh,
So
that's
for
funny.
him, yeah. So if you were to ever think about, oh, how does the actor act when I say that he's different than the character? That was Hudson through and through. That whole scene, that was Hudson. So they're talking in that moment, I didn't realize it, but from the books people were telling me, Ilya, I'm saying, he was going there to break up with Shane because the accident scared him so much that he, like, when you're in love with somebody and you're like, "Oh, I'm so worried about you. I don't know if I could be with you because I don't know if I can handle losing you." That's what he was
Mm.
thinking about in that moment. And since I knew there was an extra episode coming out, I was like, obviously they're not gonna break up right here because I saw the hesitancy on Ilya's face and I saw how worried he was. So I was just like, I don't think anything's about to happen. I don't think they're about to break up. I just know that Ilya is scared. So
Yeah, I
that was
didn't.
like some book tea.
Okay, because I didn't get that
Yeah.
from
Mm-hmm.
that situation at all. So when you were
Yeah.
saying in the book they were gonna break up because of that, I was
Yeah.
very.
Ilya
Oh,
was gonna
yeah.
break up with him. Yeah. I was surprised to hear that too, even though I saw how scared that made Ilya because he realized how strong his feelings actually were. But yeah. Hi, Chic. How are you? Oh, my man was high as a kite. Like Meredith being on morphine and Grey's. I've never watched Grey's Anatomy. I just have not.
Nope. Maybe that's what they should get you to watch next.
Really?
Or you start Days of Our Lives from episode 1 and try to catch up at some point in your lifetime. But they be
Oh,
having
that's
that
the
on in the
equivalent
break
of
room.
you telling me to watch One Piece from the beginning. Who's
Bruh.
doing that?
Catching up to One Piece will be so much easier than Days of Our Lives. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You think so? Hold on. Y'all, slight
No,
intermission.
I think it
I
would
know One
actually.
Piece has 1,000 episodes, but let's see how much Days of Our Lives have. I don't even know when it started.
But
Days
Days of Our
of
Lives
Our
is like
Lives.
an hour or so, 45 minutes each episode. If you take
I would
out
say
if you take out ads, like maybe
it's a
50,
good
like
32. Most it might
aren't they
be
an hour?
he might be 30. It might be 35. Cuz when I watch a soap opera right now and if you don't get ads, it's about a 35-minute episode.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
It'd be feeling like the ads was taking up most of the shit. What's Days of Our Lives at like 3,000, something like that?
No,
Oh
you
yeah,
won't even be able to guess. I could bet you right now, and you won't even be able to guess it. How much you want $1? Guess.
cause like realistic
It's okay. I'll give you. It started in 1965. That's the premiere.
65,
It comes on 5 days a week.
5 days a week. We're probably at like a cool 10,000, if anything.
Higher, Adrian. Higher, Nico.
Higher than 10?
Yes.
What? What we at? Like a cool 20?
15.
15 is crazy. 15 is crazy.
That's why I gasped.
You know what?
I said 15,000 episodes. That was a good thing to compare One Piece to. 1,000 is nothing. 15,000 is crazy. Everyone commenting 12,000 higher up. Not even close. Oh my
Full stop.
goodness.
I don't even, bro. How many plot lines can you have?
How do you even reinvent yourself? It was saying that the show is currently in its 60th season and
Ending soon?
no, it's been renewed through 2028. It's the longest running soap opera on television.
2020.
Wow. Okay, moving on.
Bro,
That's
but then
crazy.
it's like at the same point though. Imagine how many careers either got started or saved by going on Days of Our Lives.
All of them, because people were talking about who is it? Michael B. Jordan. He started on Days. It was a lot of actors who got started on soap operas, and they're like, that's where you really do your dues, and that's
Mm-hmm.
when you start. That's where a lot of people start their craft. If it's not theater, it's soap operas. So yeah. Let me see. Where were we? Talk about Days of Our Lives and
I'm sorry.
episodes. Oh, we can get on a good tangent. Where were we? Oh, they were in the hospital.
Yeah, we stopped right before he was gonna ask Ilya to come to his cottage in the summer.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if Shane wasn't on drugs, he might have read Ilya's face a little bit and been like, "Oh, this is not a good moment. Ilya's acting like a little weird." I don't think he would have asked him if he wasn't on drugs. So I'm glad that he was on drugs because then he invited him, and then at the end of the episode, everything turned out well. But in
Yeah,
that moment,
I feel like it was less him being weird. I feel like it more could have been seen as him being like high off of whatever they gave him.
mhm.
He was speaking a little bit louder than what he should have. So it was like at that moment, it's like shh, you're a little
With the nurse.
exactly.
That
But
I
yeah,
think that was funny. To think what Shane might have spilled to that nurse is hilarious because I know he had to have said something. I know she knows something.
yeah, that's funny. That's definitely
Winchester
very
was
funny.
telling us about how they fight in hockey. So back in the 70s and 80s, players would seriously fight, but since then, a code was created and it lets the players police themselves, preventing dirty play.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Interesting. Still the wrong sport to have a code, but she went on to say that's why fights now is just which player can get the other player to touch or fall on the ice first. And for more serious situations, players are split before it gets real. Oh, so it's basically WWE now. Like they were fighting for real back in the day, but now
That's
it's a little scripted.
stupid. It's like I do remember seeing like old hockey clips or whatever, and
Yeah.
like people would like for real be like bleeding. Like
Mhm.
people would just be jumping in and it's like, hey,
I feel like that's very scary.
yeah,
Oh, Winchester was agreeing that you either choose Law and Order or Days of Our Lives. Now that's a show, Law and Order, that a lot of people have been on too.
yeah.
Let's see. So Ilya was invited to the cottage. He's like, I'll think about it. And then, oh, are we at the end of the episode? We are at the end of the episode with Shane. He's back at the cottage. He's catching up with this girl, Rose. She's getting painted up like she's, what's her
Mystique.
name? Mystique. So that's
Yeah,
why I
at that
think,
point I was like, yeah,
yeah,
that's definitely I can see it
Jennifer
going there.
Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
And so we see that the playoffs are going on. Ilya's team doesn't make it. The Admirals go just like Yuna had said they would. And Scott wins the cup. I'll let you go ahead and explain your thoughts here since it's your people, your ship. You love Skip. So just go ahead. What was your reaction to that? How did you feel when we were sitting with Shane and his parents watching the TV and then suddenly we're in the TV and we're with Scott? How'd you feel then? And then go ahead and
So it's
continue.
like I felt because since that was what Scott's first time winning the cup, I felt good for him because I was like, finally, he's
Mm-hmm.
getting what he's probably been wanting his whole career because it's
Mm-hmm.
probably been a while. And then at the same point, the moment like when he passed the cup off to one of his teammates, I couldn't remember what their name was.
It was Carter. Oh, the funny
Okay,
thing, hold on, about the players, there were real hockey players out there, and they use real hockey players in all of the scenes. But the reason why we only see the actors carrying the cup is because there's just superstition that if you
okay,
touch the cup before you win, then your team won't win. So that's
yeah,
why
yeah, yeah.
when
That
Scott
makes
is
sense.
holding up the cup, they're way over here, and his teammates are at least, I don't know, like a couple feet down the way.
Okay,
It's because the players didn't want to be around, even though it's a fake cup, they didn't want to
this
be around it.
they still probably saw it as being the Stanley Cup and was like, I'm
Yeah.
not getting nowhere close to that.
Yeah. So okay, go ahead. I just want to tell you that because that
Yeah,
was funny.
and then once their like families were like coming onto the to the ice and everything, I was
Hmm.
like, oh, that's cute. Everybody family coming up, and I was like, oh wait, that's gotta be lonely for Scott. He has
Yeah.
nobody to share this moment with.
Hmm.
but it's like when once they showed him like about to like raise and everything, I was like, man, I hope Kip's at least watching this. Like,
Yes. Mhm.
that would be nice. And then they cut to him. I'm like, okay,
Uh-huh.
at least he's there.
But
And
then it's
then
like, are they together? What's going on? We haven't
I
seen
don't
them
think
for 3 years at this point.
I don't think so. I don't
I
think
don't
that
know.
they had any interaction
Mm,
like that. To be honest, I think
I don't know.
that.
I think there's something canon in the books that they were together, but in the show, I don't know how they're gonna decide that.
Yeah. Cause it's like I feel like I don't know. At least in my own headcanon, I'm saying they didn't really have that much
Mhm,
interaction with one another, at least romantically, if anything,
mhm,
because of how they just like left off the last time we saw him. But
mhm.
it's like once he saw him, like, cause I was like, I hope he at least like sees him, and it feels like he pinpoints him immediately. It's like it's not even like he looked around the whole
Yeah,
arena.
yeah.
He just immediately knew his man was right there. He was like, hey, come on down. We're doing this right now.
Okay, the funny thing
Me?
is they had a group of people in the stands and just say like cast and crew and everybody in one small area, and then the
Mm-hmm.
rest are CGI people. So that's why he was able to point directly to where Kip was because they were the only people in the arena. So that's why it looks. And he might have been sitting in Scott's seats, so that's why I
Oh,
imagine he was able to.
that's funny. But nah, it was like it was one of those situations like, are you sure you want to do this now? Like I've never been so sure in my life. Come
Mhm.
down here. Everybody, who is he doing this to? Who's the lucky fan?
Uh-huh. The
Who is that
fan.
guy? Who is that guy? Why is he jumping over the barricade?
They said he jumped the barricade. So shocked.
Literally. But
I
nah,
think
it was
Adrian was
cute.
telling us. So to clarify from Game Changer, which is Skip's book, it started in early 2017. Their break was a few weeks instead of a few years, which Francois says is accidental, like it wasn't supposed to be that long.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So it was actually like good
Yeah.
3 years, and they both really didn't move past one another. You know what? That's real love. I think.
I think they also said, hold on, let me see what Sugar Dares adds. They filmed it as if it took place during one season, and the edit changed it. So they get back together. As far as I'm concerned, that would move. That move would be insane if they weren't together. Yeah. So
Exactly.
yeah,
But it's like, eh.
yeah. I don't know. I understand now why it's made to look kind of weird because in the book it's not supposed to be like that. So I get it. Let me see. Adrian also told us that in the book, Skip Get Back Together, Scott basically had to come out to his manager who told him about the problem. If he comes out, he's likely to lose deals and his teammates. Carter in the book. Carter? That's what you said in the book. Because Carter in real life, he'll be supportive. That's my man right there. Like I said, how y'all feel about Carter, I feel about Hayden. I know Carter
Mm,
would be happy.
mm.
So yeah, I understand why it looks a little wonky on our end because it wasn't supposed to be like that. When she just said that moment in the show was so stressful but sweet at the same time. Because why was Kip walking that slow? And also, why did Elena have to tell Kip to go down there? Pretty much, Elena thinks for Kip, okay? I'm just gonna say it. Because why did she have to tell him go for him to
Yeah,
actually start moving his feet and go it?
but
Oh,
it's like I don't know, cause so it's like with Scott coming out, did the books characterize it more as people not like I guess either respecting it or people being like, I don't want to associate you with you anymore because of you doing this? Because at least in the show, it felt like everybody was cool with it. Like nobody in the crowd was booing when they kissed. Like what I
because there
thought
was
might have
nobody in the
happened.
crowd.
Yeah, like you was getting loud cheers at the
Yeah.
what's it called? At the award ceremony when he won MVP.
The laugh
Everybody was
track because there was
yeah,
nobody in
that
that
definitely
audience.
a laugh track. But it's like even then you didn't get any like heckling fans either.
Yeah, I think they'll get more into that in season 2. I think for season 1, they made it
Maybe.
wanted to make it such a prominent special moment because a lot of queer shows and movies, they end kinda tragically, in tragedy, and it's not a happy ending. So for this to have been the happy ending for the audience as well as the characters, I think they just wanted to leave that in that moment. And then season 2 will probably get more real and see the backlash of that moment, considering how scared they are of coming out. So I think we'll definitely see that more in season 2. Let me see what our people are saying. Winchester was kind of saying what we were saying. I wish we could have seen Scott come out to his team because the Admirals were the most supportive team. So that's nice to know. So you were spot on with that.
Yeah, because it's like, I feel like they all would have been, especially since they know his story, because I feel like all of them probably have been to that like fundraiser at some point in their career. So they all know his story of what he went through growing up. So I feel like they probably would have been like, hey, I support you. I'm here for you. But that's at least what I would want to hope.
Oh, Sugar Dare's kind of explained that. They had to edit Scott's speech in the next season. They had to edit Scott's speech in the next season because they filmed it thinking the skip arc took place during one hockey season, only for it to be 3 years. I get what you're saying. It's supposed to take place in one hockey season now. So the whole skip thing is a little convoluted.
That's tragic.
But we get there in the end, you know? Yeah, and Winchester was saying that makes me so sad when Hollander fans were hating Skip. Yeah, because I like how they did it in the show, that Scott was a trailblazer and the one that woke Shane and Ilya up to, you can have this relationship, and this is something that you can want and be open with. So I like that they did that, because it was kind of, it came back around to episode 3. So were you happy to see your people in this episode, since you were sad about episode 4 not being about Skip, but you saw at the end and you finally got to see them? I think it was a really beautiful moment.
And it's like, with their, like, with what they did with like the Skip arc, whatever, like how you want to call their ship, what they did with their little arc and how it gave agency to both Shane and Ilya in that situation. They both, when they was watching it, they was like getting real close to the, like, wait, hold on, is this what we're doing?
Hit your best shocked face.
I'm picking my phone up and calling my man.
Yeah. I'm going to the cottage. What kind of Terminator voice was that? I loved it.
We're doing this.
I'm coming to the cottage. Okay. Until the episode ends.
We're doing this.
Yep. So it was happy. It was a cool thing to see everything come full circle, and why episode 3 was so important. So I loved it. And like Adrian says, real ones love Skip and Hollander. Yup. Because we wouldn't get one without the other, and we wouldn't get growth from one without the other. So yeah, now we're on to the cottage. We were talking about this a little bit before, but I will always say that my favorite episodes are 4, 5, and 6 because of all the emotionalness. But episode 5 is my favorite, and episode 6, even though it feels like maybe it wasn't sort of a finale of sorts, it was just a breath of fresh air. It was a culmination of the whole show and less drama. It was just them being themselves. I think that's why it felt so different, because we haven't seen them be themselves the whole season. So to get to this episode, it felt like its own little mini episode again, because we're at one place the whole time. They're talking about their feelings. Ilya's opening up and talking about his mom. We get to learn more about them. So it just feels like a completely separate standalone episode to me. So yeah.
See, what Adrian said with also in the book, before they took a break, Scott gifted Kip a $50,000 check to pay for his schooling.
What? Wait a second. He said I'm about to trick on my man. What?
But Kip like rejected it for feeling bad. But it's like, at that point, that goes back to the last live, or was it the live before? It was the last one with the love bombing thing. 50,000. That is a bomb.
But if you're the love of my life,
that is a hydrogen bomb he just dropped on her.
No.
5 bands, 50 bands.
If you're the love of my life, yes, thank you. You knew exactly what I needed. Acts of service.
Nah, that's 50
gifts. It's a love language. But that is a lot. And I kind of understand why they didn't do that in the show because that would have been a little bit crazy. Their relationship was already really fast. So for him to be tricking on him
At least from what we've
too,
seen in the show. Maybe in the books it was
I
over a
think it's
span
pretty
of time.
fast too.
It's
It's
still,
probably
yeah,
pretty fast.
yeah,
Yeah.
not definitely.
Because if
But at the
it's
same
supposed to
point,
take place in one hockey season, I
mm-hmm.
think they told us it goes from like October to let's just say February, March. I don't really know. I should probably look this up since I've been talking about the show for like 3 months. But just say like that to that. That's still only 5-ish months. So yeah,
Yeah.
50,000 in 5 months is a little crazy. Maybe if you propose to me, then yes, but just,
But it's like, I guess at the same point though, if you really think about it, if it was nowadays, I would just be like a calm little Birkin bag. Like that's,
yeah, that's true.
and it's like, yeah.
I would have said yes either way. I don't know why people are kidding. I would have said yes. I don't know why people are playing. I don't know why you're playing either. I would have said yes. But yeah,
Because I'm not getting a Birkin bag. I can't say yes.
you could.
Nah,
I
that's
mean,
not my
I ain't got
style.
no connections, but Birkins are not even that cute. So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, we're at the cottage now, and they're being lovey-dovey. And Shane, after showing him around, being Mr. Real Estate, they get on the bed, they kiss a little, and they're like, "Let's promise each other something. Let's be honest, and let's be vulnerable about our feelings, and let's just share with each other." And Ilya says, "Yes, okay." And I'm glad that Shane said that because it comes back around just that night when the they're outside by the fire pit, and Ilya opens up about his mom and how she passed away. And one thing, when Ilya said that his mom accidentally swallowed a bunch of pills, they were telling me that in the books, that's how Ilya's dad framed it to Ilya because he didn't want the like embarrassment, I'm just
Mm-hmm.
embarrassment of the way that his mom passed away. So he made sure to drill into Ilya that this is an accident. It wasn't something that was done deliberately.
Okay.
So we get to see in that moment, I thought Ilya was saying it was an accident because that's how he was able to um cope with it as a 12-year-old since he's the one who found her and everything. So he told himself it was an accident, but that's really what his dad drilled into him. So that's kind
Yeah.
of
And then it's like,
very depressing.
I guess that does seem on brand though, because he was also like, I don't want you to think that my mom was weak because
Hmm.
she wasn't a weak person. And that does sound like something that his dad would have like
Yeah.
done his best to like drill into his mind. Like, hey,
Hmm.
your mom wasn't weak. You're not weak. We
Hmm.
can't be weak as people.
Or you are weak and this is what you need to do kind of thing. So
Exactly.
yeah, it was definitely in his repertoire of things to talk
Oh yeah.
about
Nah.
when he was trying to get Ilya to actually take
Sir, I'm
hockey
just a bellboy.
serious. That was cute when they were joking and laughing. I love that moment. I wish I could have kept it in my initial reaction, but it was too long and the whole part was copyrighted. So I was just
Oh,
giggling and laughing the whole time. So I had to take it out. But it's
that
one of my
sucks.
favorite moments. And yeah, the sunshine. I love how sunshine is a constant motif after episode 3 from Elena saying it, and then every other couple they get sunshine there afterwards. So I love how it continues, even though it's a skip thing that Hollinoff gets it too. So that was really cute. Let me see. Winchester was telling us that if it makes y'all sad, sorry. But did you notice that when Ilya was describing his mom, he was describing himself? Yep. I think he was actually named after his mom since his name is Ilya Irina. I feel like that was supposed to be a connection there.
Probably.
And did you realize the names Rozanov? They also look like each other. Shane has a type. And
I
then
didn't. I didn't really put together that they looked like one another.
yeah,
Oh no,
both
I never really saw
blonde,
that.
blue eyes. And then Heated Rivalry, Hollander, Rozanov, all the parallels in the show. Mm-hmm. See? Let me see. I think there's some Adrian was telling us one more thing about Skip. So they said in the epilogue, gives his speech in Vegas, and him and Kip go to a gay bar hosting a Scott Hunter night, and he runs into Ilya there, and it's hilarious. Pre-Cottage. Interesting.
That's
That's a
funny.
cute little tidbit. I wonder if we'll see that because even when Ilya was talking to Shane's parents, he said that he said that he spoke to him at the awards. But maybe he was lying. But why would he lie? I
Yeah.
don't know. He wouldn't have to lie then. But it's actually kind of funny. Let's see, where are we? They were joking around and laughing with the bellboy thing. That was cute. Shane and his burgers. Let's get to when they were sitting down eating those burgers though. Did you get what I was saying about David, his dad? There's more to him, but you would have never guessed it. Because why does he work in the government and he used to play hockey?
Oh yeah.
You would have
Uh,
never guessed that.
no, absolutely not. But it's like, what was it? When he was like, you could have just cut the recipe down, right? Like you just had to cut it down by half.
You
And
have to
then
cut it in
yeah,
half.
but it's like at the same point, I was thinking about it because if you've seen like athletes' diets,
Yeah.
most of them, I feel like they would have just
Ate all of them.
ate
4
ate
each.
yeah ate all 8 of those burgers alone.
Mhm.
Like that's why I
That's
was
what
like,
everyone was saying. That was the most unrealistic part of the show.
yeah, exactly, like bro,
Between 2 athletes, yeah, I think they could have ate it.
they only had what 4 burgers
I think it
between the
was
two of them
yeah. So
because
2
they made
each.
8.
Mhm. There
There
was
were
4
6. There was
left.
still like 4 on that plate or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, there was 4 on the plate, so then it was assumed that they were both eating their second. But
Yeah, I was
technically,
like, bro.
2 world-class athletes can't eat 4 burgers apiece. Okay, you burn calories just by standing, but okay. Adrian said that was another autistic Shane moment with the burgers. Like, "Oh boy, I relate." That was cute. Just cut it in half. Ilya just wanted an excuse to touch him, though. He didn't even care about the
Yeah,
burgers.
you wanted to see what this man was putting on the grill. That's about
And
it.
get close, this is. What happens after the burgers? Oh yeah, they're talking. It was cute that Ilya wanted to get to know Shane more. I really appreciate when they both want to get to know each other
Hmm.
because it was also at the beginning of the episode. It starts with Ilya being like, "This is terrifying, right? Because we're now alone together. We're going to be alone for 2 weeks. Like, what are we going to do? We've never had this much alone time together, let alone had a full conversation together."
Yeah.
Hold on, barbecue. What? You're reading a fan fiction where Ilya and Boston kidnap Shane from his team. Interesting.
That's a
Also,
fanfic, all right.
send me the link. um, Winchester was saying the way he talks about Shane's look, I need y'all to know how beautiful Ilya thought Shane was. Yeah. When they were sitting on the sofa. And I'm gonna need Ilya to stop bringing up Svetlana in such ways because her
Yeah,
name does
bro.
not need to be used in vain. She's a beautiful, nice, kind, smart, intelligent, gorgeous woman. Stop bringing her up to rage bait Shane. She does not deserve. Her name should not be used in such ways.
I feel like maybe he's just bringing her up because at some point he wants them to meet because those are like 2 of the
Yeah.
people like he cares about the most, but he's
Mhm.
doing it in the in like the dumbest ways possible. You know what I mean? And I'm just sitting there like, bro, what is this conversation?
Yeah. But I
It's like,
get it's because he wants to move to Canada. So then he
mm-hmm.
needs because I think his visa is expiring, so that's why he's thinking about changing teams and going someplace else. So he well, Shane settled on Ottawa, and then now he's thinking, how can I get my citizenship somewhere? And he can
Yeah,
get his American with with Svetlana, but it's like you could have brought that up in a different way. He said, "I could marry Svetlana." And Shane admittedly goes into "I'm gonna kill you" mode. I don't know who he's gonna kill, but he's about to kill somebody.
he was not entertained at all.
Not enthused in the slightest. But it was cute how Ilya finally brought it back around because it's supposed to parallel the last sofa scene from at his house. He got it right this time by actually explaining to Shane what he meant and that he's just joking and that he can't stop thinking about the man with the freckles who has a
Mm-hmm.
horrible back swing, whatever you call
Backhand.
it, backhand in hockey. And then he was like, Shane was like, do you wanna get rid of him or something, or do you wanna leave him? Something to that effect. And Ilya was like, no, I don't ever want to ever I don't want him to ever leave me alone. So I thought that was cute. And they finally were vulnerable with each other. And they actually committed in that moment too. Because it could have been a joke, but they were being truthful. And that's why I'll always be happy that Shane laid down the law. Like 5 minutes into even being in the house, that hey, this is a truthful space. Be truthful. Exactly. So thank God.
Because I think it was either that moment or I think it was at that moment where I was like, did they just admit to being like exclusive without really saying it?
Pretty much.
And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it was.
Mm-hmm. As Winchester was saying, when Ilya brought up Svetlana, Shane got the murderous look. It's okay, Shane. Svetlana knows about you, and she does not want him. Trust me. If anything, Svetlana has been trying to push Ilya to accept his love for Shane, because she knows it was Shane. I don't know when she found out that it was Shane, but she knows.
I think I'm pretty sure all it took was him literally only watching
Shane.
Something about Shane.
Always.
Like if they clocked in the in the sports bar that Kip liked Scott just because all of a sudden he started watching the Admirals.
That's true.
And I'm pretty sure she noticed like literally all year ever, like truly watching this Shane. You're watching this man tour his cottage, doing yoga outside of it. Yeah. So that's why I was waiting for him to be like, oh, do you want me to give you a tour of the cottage? I wanted him to be like, yeah, no, I've already seen it. I don't need a tour.
But he was also, when Shane said, I forgot how the conversation went, but Shane was like, I got the house built, I didn't buy it. And Ilya was like, oh, I know. But Shane didn't realize he knew because he watched the document or the interview until they were out in the water. So that was cute.
Yeah, when he started doing like that, what was it? Like pose in the water or whatever.
Yeah, whatever that was. Yeah. When I first watched it, I was like, is he catching fish? What is he doing? I don't know what this man is doing. But at least he was having fun. Yeah, that's the gimme kiss moment. But before that, we get Shane contemplating their life and their future in the dark. And then finally, a plan clicked in his mind and he had to wake up Ilya. And Ilya was like, English, please. Like, this is too much. I can't. Yeah. I just woke up, please. And so basically, Shane wants Ilya to move to Ottawa, be on the Ottawa team because they can afford him and they can start a charity together. So once people start seeing them together, it's not so crazy that when they finally come out later down the line, because they still keep talking about retiring. I don't know why everyone keeps talking about retiring. It didn't work for Skip. It's definitely not going to work for those two. But retiring seems like the goal. What were you going to say?
I was thinking like maybe retirement might be the easiest for them, because if they can still play without scrutinization, they can still get paid. If they can still get like play, then that means they can still get brand deals, and who knows what might happen later on down. But like, they still need to have a livelihood. They've only been in the league for what, 10? Is it 10? No, is it a decade at that point?
Yeah, it's 10 years at that point.
Yeah. Are they still on their rookie contracts? No. I don't think they'll be on their rookie contracts. Rookie contracts, I think, and I know in basketball it ends at least in their 4th year, unless they do a contract extension. So they must have already gotten a pretty decent bag, but even then, I don't know why I'm thinking about the money. I'm doing the same thing that Yuna would be doing right now.
Now that Miss Christian right there, I'm telling you, she heard dollar signs in her head. I don't know how Scott is marketing himself, how his agents are doing, but I know Miss Yuna's about to show that man up once. I don't know when they eventually come out or whatever, but she's gonna have them in every single type of campaign. No one's gonna.
She immediately hit let's get to the bag real quick.
She said, okay, let's cry, but let's suck up the tears. We got money to make.
Okay, so we'll have to talk to Rolex Speedo. I was like, wait, she got her son in a Speedo cut. I was like, where did he get that? Nah, that was funny though. But I think, I think we skipped past the what's it called, the Canadian wolf bird. You know, the one that
Oh,
the
oh, the
loon that
loon.
yeah, I
Because
didn't expect him
Rose
to be.
texted.
I didn't expect him to get that scared when he heard like the
You know
birds
when you're
call.
upset about something else? You know when you're upset of something, but you harp on something else? I think that's what
Mm-hmm.
it was. He
It
was
probably
harping on the
was.
loon because he was upset about Rose texting. And it's like, me and Rose are actually just friends. I told you we're just friends. I'm even explaining right now we're just friends and that, hey, I'm gay. It didn't work out. Like, it was not good. She does not want to repeat. Okay, you don't gotta worry. But then Ilya, who actually could get with a woman, he then brought up Svetlana, and then Shane was like, "Well, you can marry a woman. Why don't you just do that?" So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
maybe
why
that
I
would be
think
it.
he was upset about the loon. It wasn't the loon. The loon just happened to do its little bird call or whatever. And yeah, he was just jealous. He didn't care about that loon. But Shane is in the bed and is waking up Ilya. They're gonna create a charity. They're gonna start getting closer than so then the media knows that they don't hate each other. Like you're saying, it's 10 years. So rookies, they can do what they do. They can be the rivals. They don't have to be rivals. And Ilya was just like, you would do all of this for me. And Shane said, yeah. Hello. You know, when Ilya laughed at him in the hotel room talking about I'm gay, Shane should have laughed in his face. Not really. I'm just kidding. But like yeah, I would do this for you. And then Ilya starts crying because he's never had someone put him first before. And I think that's so sweet. And he was gonna hide his face, but then Shane was like, "No, we said we're gonna be honest." So then he moves his head, they kissed, and then Ilya says, "I love you" in um, Russian, and that callback was cool. Like I was saying, that the audience gets to hear him say "Lublю," and we know that he's telling Shane that I love you. I wasn't sure if Ilya was going to say it in English, but I was so
Mm.
happy when he did. That moment was probably one of the best love confessions that I've seen in a while. And I would say the only thing that eats a little bit better is Bridgerton stuff. Because Bridgerton is so like flowery and so poetic, but this was realistic and that was a real good love confession. I don't know. Do you watch love confessions a lot? What do you be watching? Because I be watching everything, but I really don't know what you be watching.
I don't really be watching stuff like that.
I see. But that was probably one of the best love confessions that we've had. So
Yeah.
then now they're together. They've said, I love you. And the next day, we already talked about them in the lake. Then the dad sees them. How'd you feel?
I was scared
Yeah.
because
Were you?
like when he saw it, it was like I couldn't tell if it was a look of confusion, like maybe I came at the wrong time. I didn't get confirmation that I could come over. Like you
Mhm.
know what I mean? And then I'm seeing this like I'm embarrassed. Let me leave, or was it like a disgusted type look? Like this
Yeah,
is
it
what my
was
son is
a
hiding. So
mhm,
I was scared about that.
mhm.
And then I don't know.
I knew immediately that his parents would be accepting because that's just who they've been presented as. It'd be so weird. We barely hear David talk, right? He just goes along to get along. So it'd be weird at the final stretch for
Exactly. That's what
him
I was
to
hoping it
suddenly
wouldn't.
about face and be like, "Oh, I'm disgusted." So I just knew
Yeah.
it was gonna be okay. And I'm glad that it was okay because even though um Shane was able to have that really touching moment with his parents. A lot of people don't get that. So it was
Exactly.
kind of an important scene for the audience to see as well as Shane to experience. So I love that they showed him freaking out, but then Ilya calming him down and Ilya finally being serious. I loved him being serious because we don't get to see that a lot. Usually he would have made a joke or he made something sexual, but since this was this very serious moment, Ilya was able to rise to the occasion. So I really loved and we get to see the growth, so I really love that about them. But they
Hmm.
were talking, about Yuna. She said, "Yep, they were gonna get paid."
And then
Oh, I
what
think
was it?
Barbecue was telling you that you're right, their contracts are coming up and that their rookie contracts were ending, and that's why
Okay.
Ilya was thinking about leaving. I
Yeah,
don't know how that
because I
works, but
wasn't
that
sure if
makes sense.
maybe if it did work like basketball, maybe they would
Yeah.
have
So
had a
that's what they're talking about with
contract
soccer.
extension. But
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's why I wasn't sure. And then I know it was like 4 minutes ago. I was still looking at like the chat and everything.
Mhm.
What was it? It was VX.
Oh, about the eating disorder?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Which,
they were
man,
saying that Shane low-key has an eating disorder, so it makes sense that they couldn't down the burgers. In the book, he's neurotic about his eating habits and how it affects his hockey to the point he breaks down over eating a Snickers bar. Girl, eat a Snickers. Is
that's
Rachel must have been watching those commercials.
that's tragic.
That's a lot.
The
Yeah,
macrobiotic diet. See,
yeah.
I never looked up what the macrobiotic diet is. Let me
Mhm.
actually, because maybe he does like, because is that when people like count their macros a lot, or let me see.
Oh, is that macrobiotics? I know when people count their macros, but I never heard it as macrobiotic.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out what the diet is.
Mhm.
It's a oh, so it's a Japanese type thing because it's Zen Buddhism. That's what it draws its
Oh,
ideas on. It says it classifies the food elements as yin and yang.
okay, that's
Oh, it
kinda
also
cool.
extends to the cookware too. Oh God.
Not cool that he has an eating disorder developed from that type of diet, but it's cool that it ties in because in the show, Shane's, Japanese Canadian, even
Yeah.
though Hudson is actually Korean Canadian. But, in the show, so that ties into his culture. That would have been cool to know because we don't really get to see them talk about Shane being Asian, so to know that his diet was also, um a Japanese diet, that would have been cool to know. I wish they would have told us. Hmm. Like, just a little throwaway comment. Even when he was talking to Hayden about it initially, I wish he would have said like, "Oh, it's a Japanese diet," since if Jackie wants to look it up or something. I wish they would have said it. VSL was telling us in the book it's discussed more. Many people in his life talk about how he doesn't eat much. In the show, they mention it based on his macrobiotic diet, showing how particular he is about his food. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's interesting to know that ginger ale fits in that diet, though. It was
Yeah.
funny. I was saying, the reason why I relate to Shane is because that's my cousin right there. You know how much black people, they love some ginger ale. That's how I
Bro,
knew that he was gonna be my man. My favorite in the show.
I wish they had. I would have bought some more, but they don't have them. I'm mad that they really don't have that up there at Costco for some reason. The
Oh.
last ginger ale that they had was the holiday ones, and I didn't care for those at all.
Oh, the Canada
I
Dries?
didn't care for those.
Mhm. Sheik was saying that they also don't watch a lot of TV, and they got Netflix for Bridgerton for the first time since last season and got a free trial for Heated Rivalry through Amazon Prime for HBO. You sound like me. Unless people have those $2.99 deals, I'm on a free trial. I have gotten so bad to where I can't even make a new email address, and they know my credit card, well, my debit card, and I can't sign up for any more free trials. Like, that's how bad it's gotten and how clever they've gotten. I'm so mad.
Imagine.
I need to start asking y'all. I'm good at canceling my free trial, so you might have to spot me. I'm just saying. Put you on the spot on live. Hand me your card. Um. Ooh, what were you saying, Adrian, about what you're hearing about the long game? Get ready. Oh, they were saying that that book is rough. Who is the long game? Oh, that's the second book, isn't it? Yeah, they're talking amongst themselves, talking about the book.
But wait, isn't
Oh,
Heated
Winchester.
Rivalry the second?
It's second book in the series, but the long game is the second book of Shane and Ilya. It's
Okay,
like
okay, okay.
an
I got you.
8-book series or something. I don't know. But back to the cottage. So the dad catches him. What were you saying? You were saying that, oh, you were scared about it. But I was like,
Yeah.
no, I know it's gonna be okay. And then they get over to the house, and Yuna, she was shocked to see Ilya there because the dad obviously didn't say anything. And I'm glad that dad didn't say anything because he was gonna let Shane do it in his own time, and that's how I immediately knew that it was gonna be okay. But Yuna's
Yeah.
like, "What's this man doing here? Hello, what's going on?" And then Shane is awkwardly standing there like, "I'm so sorry. That's not how I want you to find out." And then dad's like, "I just needed a charger. All you had to do was answer your phone. I just needed a charger." And Ilya's sitting there awkwardly. I don't know why he said hello like that. Hi, like, sir, you're meeting the love of your life's parents. just say, "Hello, my name is Ilya. It's nice to meet you." But they were so scared. And then I don't know why they don't like the term lovers. I think lovers is pretty chic, but they didn't like it. I don't know. I thought it was cute. They are lovers. They haven't put a label on the relationship, so they're lovers.
Yeah.
And then we get the parents. They're asking, "So, like, what's your plans? Are you guys gonna wait till retirement? How long has this been going on?" And the fact that they couldn't decide on when they started, and they're like, "Since rookie season," Ilya's like, "No, since before then." So it is confirmed that it was since before then. Because when they were thinking about each other in the locker room, we weren't sure if that's technically the beginning or what is it. So that's
Mm-hmm.
their beginning. Wait, that was after the draft. How is it since before? Does Ilya
Look,
consider their
maybe
first meeting
that would be
since before rookie season? Because
that would
they
be
were
something.
just drafted. Maybe he's saying the draft is not rookie season. Okay, maybe, but I don't know. Either way, the dad was wrong when he was like, "You guys had so much chemistry at the All-Star game." I want to know what people thought watching those two. I really do, because they're supposed to hate each other, and now suddenly they're on the same team and kissing each other on the
Hey, man.
cheek. Because if his dad clocked it, who else clocked it? And then why are you? I don't know. I just want to know. I know I would have noticed. Barbecue Pig was just, "I drink ginger ale every day."
Their first
Um,
hookup was when the commercial was filmed. Oh, that was before. I don't know
no,
why.
that was rookie season. That
I
was
don't
They were
honestly.
drafted. They were
I
drafted. I can confidently say they were drafted.
this show has messed with my
Actually, I don't
idea
know.
of timeline, so I will believe what historians said.
I actually don't know. Yeah, historian also said that like having a lover is acceptable in Europe, whereas Europe Americans are prudish. I can believe that.
Historian splaining. That's so funny.
Mhm. Yeah, so the draft was in the spring, then the commercial was in the summer. Okay, so it was after the draft.
Yeah,
AJ
so
was
it's still
saying,
before the season started. That's
yeah, in the book, David was getting dishwasher pods. He wasn't getting a phone charger when he caught them. So I'm glad
wait.
they
He
changed
came to
that.
the crib to get Tide Pods.
I guess it's because I don't know how far out the cottage is, but maybe Shane is closer than the store. But I'm glad they changed
Probably.
it because dishwasher pods, unless that was when all those kids were eating Tide Pods. I don't know why Rachel decided for that to be the reason why David came over. So I like that they said a charger. That makes more sense. I think that does make more sense. Let's see. So we get the moment with Yuna and Shane, and Yuna basically saying that she's sorry she didn't create a space to where Shane was able to be himself and open up with them. I thought that was really touching because, again, a lot of people don't get those types of moments. So to see it
Mm-hmm.
represented in media, I think is really special. Just like any type of representation in media is special. And that's why I will always champion that people need to see themselves on their screen. And even if they've had a negative experience, they need to see those positive of experiences too. So I like that moment between him and Shane. It always brings tears to my eyes because it's really special. Because Shane didn't know if he was going to disappoint his parents in the moment, and you can tell how much he's built up coming out to his parents. So for it to not even be as bad in real life, I think it was really special.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
think
yeah,
AJ was saying they think the store was about 10 minutes away, or it could have
he
been
probably
longer.
just wanted to see his son. It's probably one of those like, hey, I know you said you're on your like little
Yeah,
meditation retreat, but
that was also a poor excuse.
I want to see my son. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm seeing a lot of my son now.
yeah,
Maybe I shouldn't have came here.
yeah.
But then also when Yuna was outside and it was like she was emotional about it
Mhm.
before she started explaining, then at that point too, I also got scared. I was like, oh God,
Oh,
please, please, please.
really?
I was like, oh my God. But yeah,
Mhm.
it all turned out for the good, for the best.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know,
I
I
said
feel
it
like I
so.
just knew it was gonna work out, even without reading the books and knowing that there was at least a happy ending to Shane coming out. I didn't think it was gonna be a bad thing because Yuna and David never gave us the impression of that. Maybe if they were like Alexi and they use slurs a lot or they
Mm-hmm.
said something negative, even when they were all watching Scott and Kip that moment, maybe if they said something negative, I would have been
Yeah.
worried. But since they were just shocked, but didn't seem like a disgusted shocked, it just seemed like a surprise shocked. I was like, okay, this is gonna be fine. Yeah, Ilya was like, maybe he didn't notice. Well, Shane was freaking out. I like that he just wanted to make Shane laugh.
Oh yeah. But it's like one of those moments where this ain't the time I should be laughing.
Yeah.
Just just like when Elliot came out and was like just wearing like his
Oh,
Boston,
the Raiders
yeah, the Raiders
shirt.
shirt. He was like, this
Yeah.
isn't helping. Like, I don't think what he's wearing is gonna help at all. So
But also the funniest thing is Ilya has been wearing blank shirts the whole time. So for him to pull out his Raiders going to there, I was like, oh, okay, sorry.
yeah.
But
And then it's
go ahead.
also when they were because what was it? That I think it was the beginning of that day when Ilya was just like out on the rock watching the sunset, right?
Mhm.
That's also another moment I noticed. This man does not be wearing shirts.
Why do you only notice when he doesn't wear shirts?
No, because this
He
feels
wears a
like
lot
shirt.
of shirts,
Shirt.
actually.
If he doesn't have to, he is not wearing a shirt.
Penguin was also confirming that the commercial was before
Okay.
they debuted, but after the draft. So
Yeah.
what historian explaining was correct. So just more context to that. So yeah, that was the moment. But yeah, why do you keep noticing that
Mm-hmm.
Ilya's six pack? Like,
They was just showing his back. I don't know what you're talking about.
you must like his moles, don't you? Honestly, I get it. I understand. The moles are nice. It's okay. Be who you are. What else is there? Are we towards the end of the episode? We are. So everything
Yeah.
ends up really well. Shane and Ilya. Oh, that moment when they're all sitting together again and Shane is freaking out, but then Ilya comforts him in front of his parents to let the parents know that Ilya actually does care for his son, even though they know that he is sort of a womanizer. But
Mm-hmm.
they see that he has that capability to be there for Shane in the way that Shane needs. And he said, your parents are here, your boyfriend's here, you're safe, you're okay. And Shane snapped out of it. He was like, boyfriend? And I sat up too. When I first heard it, I was like, boyfriend, did we already decide on boyfriend? So when you said that that moment on the sofa is kind of them uh saying but not saying that they're
Exactly.
exclusive, that's pretty much what it was.
Yep.
So yeah, now they're boyfriends, and then we get them walking out, and it's implied that Yuna and David now have Ilya's number because they were saying, "Answer your phones when we call you, and we'll like have you for dinner." And
Okay, so
but for yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
was funny though. Well, just going back a little bit.
Mhm.
When I guess Shane was it? Would you say it would be almost like a panic attack he was having at that point, or
Yeah,
whatever he was feeling?
yeah, it was a
The
panic
first,
attack.
the first person who noticed it was his dad.
Mhm,
Like his dad, like noticed it like before anything, and
mhm,
I was like, is it like issues with the concussion? Is that coming back? I didn't really go back to the
uh,
panic attack. I was like,
mhm,
is his health okay? But
mhm,
what's it called? It was funny though. At first his dad didn't like catch on to like what they were talking about when they were like, yeah, we were like
mhm.
hooking up or whatever.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
catching
yeah.
on to it.
Mhm,
But then when they were walking out and they were like, yeah, we'll just come over. He's like, no, call first. We'll be there at
mhm.
5. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then Ilya was like, no, you should probably call or text or
Uh-huh.
whatever he said. That's when the dad figured out before Una did. He was like, yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? We will. And she
We
was like,
will.
oh, yeah, no, we're
Mhm. Be by your phones. Have the ringer on, please, and know when we call. Actually, we're not
exactly.
going over there. If you miss dinner, you miss dinner. You're not eating. Winchester
Yeah.
was saying when they rekindled their relationship, the sun was setting, and when they finally admitted their true feelings, the sun rised with them. Beautiful work. The sunshine. Like I said, I love that it's a constant motif in this show. Adrian was telling us all about Connor eating the pasta. He basically ate all of the pasta when they filmed the dinner scene, like Ilya was starving at the cottage, and his only source of food was Shane. But he ate all the pasta because they were finally at the end of filming and he was hungry.
That's funny.
Winter was saying, and when they came out to his parents, that was Ilya's first time coming out too. They drive into the sunset because they finally got their sunshine. Exactly. That's why I was also saying Ilya has never had to come out, because that's why he sort of laughed in Shane's face in episode 5 because he's never had to do that. So he kind of did that with Shane's parents, and now Shane's parents are his surrogate parents. So whatever first he hasn't really experienced, because his dad was who his dad was, he'll not get to experience with his boyfriend's parents. And I think that's really special and really cute. So now we're at the end of Heated Rivalry. I want to know what was one of your favorite scenes and what your favorite episode was. Like, what, since this is called the Yearners Club, what was your favorite yearning moment? We'll start there. You can sit and think. Y'all let me know in the comments too. When was your favorite yearning moment?
What's my
Or I could go first. I already have mine. Mine is episode 4 when they're on the sofa and they were kissing down and everything, and they said each other's names for the first time. That's my yearners moment. I love that moment. And their first them saying I love you, but I feel like we always get that in romance. So I'll just say I guess we always get them saying each other's name in romance too. I don't know. I just love that episode, in episode 4. But my favorite episode is episode 5. So, have you had enough time to think?
I feel like actually my favorite moment in the show was actually when it was in episode 5 when Ilya was like talking in the phone in Russian. It was like him like finally being able to like get everything that he wants to say off. Because like the only other person I feel like he feels like he's safe to say that with is Svetlana. So him actually being able to find somebody else to where he's like, I can actually say this even though you don't understand what I'm saying. You're listening to me, and that's really all that matters. I feel like that was like a good moment. Like just that whole him just talking about his feelings was actually like a good moment for me.
I agree. That's a good moment. There's so many moments in episode 5 that I don't know if I have a favorite. That's why I think it's my favorite episode. So, which is your favorite episode? Is it 3?
I think it's between 3 and 5.
Okay, I can accept that. Well, it's not like Skip is bad or anything, but like you gotta get some Hollander in there somewhere. So
yeah, but it's like I feel like 3 and 5 just at least for I don't know what I want to see. I guess if I'm like watching or reading like anything about romance or anything, those are like the like episodes or like if it's like a chapter in like an anime or in a manga or something. Those are
that
like
you
the ones
enjoy
that
the
always like
most.
sit with me the most. Where it's just like almost like it's like a slice of life type thing. You know what I mean? To where it's like it's mainly about the characters evolving, stuff like that. So that's what I enjoy the most. So that's why those episodes stand out to me a lot.
I agree. Most of the episodes are really good. I think 1 and 2 sets the show up really well, even though maybe there's not a lot of depth. But then 3 all the way to 6, that's the depth that we need from the show. And I'm glad that we were hooked with season 1 and 2, with episodes 1 and 2, but then 3 through 6 delivered. And I think that's why
Absolutely.
everyone
Excuse
is
me.
still obsessed and goes back to it, and we're still talking about it to this day. So yeah. Adrienne was telling us her personal ranking, which is 5, 6, 3, 4, 2, 1, and that makes a lot of sense. I think for me, it would actually be 5, 4. 6 and 3 are kind of equal, and then 2 and 1 are kind of equal because I feel like 1 and 2 are companion episodes, but they are definitely my least favorite out of the season, even though I love all of them. She was saying her favorite yearning moment was when Ilya said that there's this beautiful, sexy fun woman all around. Wait, there is beautiful, sexy, fun women all around him, and he can only think about a boring, slow hockey player with freckles. Yes, that's a good moment. He never wants that to change. Yep, that was a good moment too. Do you have any other yearning moments, everyone in the comments, or are we wrapping it up? It is almost 11 o'clock on a work day or on a school day. Y'all might need to go to sleep. We can always chat in the comments if you think up some of your yearning moments, but let me know your favorite episodes. Let me know your favorite yearning moment. Darfalina was giving us their episode order, so 5, 4, 2, 6, 1, 3. All I see is that episode 5 is coming out on top. It's such a good episode.
Five definitely was like one of the most like complete episodes.
There's just, it's so packed with a lot of emotional moments, and that's why I love it. So, final thoughts on Heated Rivalry. Did you enjoy yourself? Are you glad I asked you to watch? Will you be watching live with us for season 2? I don't know when it comes out, maybe like December, January. So have your calendar ready.
Nah, like as long as y'all want me here, I'll be there. Same thing I said in my reaction. But yeah, I'll be there for it.
I'm trying to convince him to do Love Island lives with me. That could be fun. He's very messy. He would like the mess. Historian explaining.
As long as it's good mess.
I can't guarantee it's good mess. All seasons are not good. Historian explaining his favorite moment was thumbs on the beach.
That's
Baby Love's favorite moment.
We need to start watching them Spanish shows.
Don't go to Russia. You think they have subtitles?
I'm trying to see if Montoya makes a comeback from.
I can't believe that was last year. This time last year, everyone was talking about. Yeah.
I was saying that stupid stuff at work, by the way.
Oh really?
Yep. Nobody heard me, which was perfect.
Oh, they didn't understand. Montoya, por favor. Yeah, that was crazy.
June.
It might not come back in June. They said that was a misprint or something because CBS announced that, but then they retracted the statement a couple hours later. So we might get it earlier.
Hopefully it's earlier, not later.
Yeah, if it's June, because they film in August of this year. So it's the same schedule that they had last year, and we got a December premiere. So I don't know. I hope so.
Okay.
Winchester was saying, I don't know if anyone mentioned this, but the book actually opens up with the hookup that happens later on in the show from Shane's perspective of someone coming up to his room, and that someone being Ilya. I might read these books, y'all. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, the new book comes out in June. The new season is coming out in April. Oh, that might have been what Sheik was saying. Yeah, that the new book comes out in June. Okay. But it's still jury's out on when the new season will come out. Hopefully it comes out sooner. We need it Heated Rivalry December part 2 because part 1 was excellent. So yeah, I think that's where we're going to end it. Nico, thank you so much for deep diving with me on the show because I was still obsessed and I was like, I need someone to talk with it with. And there you were. You said, okay, I'll do it. I'll watch the show. So thank you. I think that's where we're going to end the live. Thank you all so much for keeping us company these last 3 days to talk about these amazing 6 episodes. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate y'all watching my Heated Rivalry series to begin with. I love that we were able to connect last December and we're still here in March talking about it. So I appreciate all of the supports, all of the watches, all of the liking and subscribing. I really, truly appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I think that's where we're going to end it. You'll have a good night and I'll see you sometime soon.
Take it
Nico,
easy.
your goodbyes. That's it. Take it easy.
Take it easy. That's what I'm saying.
On that note,
say peace, peace, peace. That's all I'll be doing.
Good night, y'all.